How's it going, everybody? I'm back on another stream. Well, first of all, I'm infamous Isaac, but if you clicked on the stream, we probably already knew that. Which, granted, stream just started, so nobody's probably here, but that don't matter. That don't matter. I just gotta make sure. Okay. So yeah, we're back. More Ace Attorney. Late night Saturday stream. Well, I guess evening. Yeah, it's like 7. I mean, it's getting closer to night. But yeah. Sorry if I sound a little low energy. I shoveled a lot today, so because over here where I'm at, a lot of snow. A lot more snow than I thought, but. Hey, I mean, shoot, I should get to end off the new year with some snow, I guess. I don't know, who knows. But yeah, no. Hope you had good holidays. They're not over just yet, but definitely coming to a close. So is the year, which is crazy. 2025 is an insane year, so it's definitely insane to think about, but you know, we ball. But yeah. Really excited to continue, especially with the character in the thumbnail too, because I could really be taking a risk with spoilers if she doesn't show up to stream, so I'm gonna do my best effort to make sure that she does. Who knows, because case 3 is decently long. Like, case 3 does have some weight to it, so it's time to play the game. But man, my shoulder hurts a lot. I think I overdid it with the shoveling. That, or I just had a terrible posture. I don't know. Anyways, let's do it. It's enough with the mumbling and grumbling. I gotta make sure I remember all the voices. It's gonna be hard because I think it was like 2 days ago since that last stream, so forgive me if I'm out of practice. Oh, excuse me. Let's do it. Let proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGill, have you been listening to discourse of the day? To be sure I have, my lord. There are now 2 matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? Begad, no, 'tis not in my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. Truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Though I tells you all, I'll keep me mouth shut. Tell us what, Mr. McGilded. The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage in the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true. Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after all that happened. You... what? No, Magnus McGilded. That convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry. So I am Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sure you'd be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taking him to the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom, just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. Who is this young child of whom you speak? That? I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, we ting just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Objection!
We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak. Listen to the proceedings. What? Ah! Smoke! Ah! Fire! There's fire! There's a... Okay, thank you. What I say, it's moving too fast and I can't talk that fast. Ah, smoke! Ah, there's fire, there's fire! Look, someone's trying to get away! After them! It's no use. I can't see anything to all this smoke. What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. Amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. If I went just a little bit further, I would have got to the continue. Granted, it's been 8 minutes, so how could I have known that? But like, you know, like it is what it is. Dang, we were in it for a minute, huh? February 18th, 12:52 p.m. The Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. What on earth just happened in there? Mr. Naruhodo, I managed to find out what happened. Miss Suzuto, I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like that sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everyone is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police have managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear. A young girl? Then, could it be? The other passenger that Mr. Megilda was just talking about. My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's he doing, Mr. Megilda? That, actually. There's so many things I need to ask him about. But he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl. Who was she, I wonder? What was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk and for what possible benefit to herself. There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there was in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right. That is strange. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she was going to say, but go to the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Miss Suzuto. Yes. 1 o'clock, right? Yep, 1 p.m. on the dot. February 18th, 1 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Okay, my gamble was right. Our gamble was right. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilda. Look, she must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after the rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious! The army? What is the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gathering, but she was caught. It now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium in here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? Ahem. If I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGilded. I think perhaps I ought to explain here why it is that this wee lass here was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that. 'Tis all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs confirmation or that information or anything. The young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and probably nodded off. Then, begorra, a loud thud and... I've never heard that. Wow, what is that word? I be riding the road, but soon as I get home, we'll ride till infinity. Okay, yeah, it's basically not a synonym, but like another way to, well, I guess a synonym if that's the phrase. Well, no, see, not if that. Alright, I'm stumbling over my words right now. It's another way to say by God. There you go. A loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at me feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I remained somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus. Is that correct? 'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This last was the 5th passenger, my lord. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. The aura man is auraing. The young girl. Alright. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and probably nodded off.
Hold it!
And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were. I see. Aye, and that's why I took the back seat as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Then begorra! A loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start.
Hold it!
There you go. A loud thud, you say, and a scream. Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the ground having been stabbed? Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me up and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the floor. You didn't see anyone. At the same moment, you did hear a scream. Ah, when the seat's above you on the roof deck, I presume. Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was just stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes. There was a fellow collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up in a seat across from me.
Hold it!
You sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did. On the seat across from me, I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. You wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor, now would you? 'Tis common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Ah, hurrah, Lord Van Six. Now why would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble. Or to avoid trouble. Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there? Heavens alive, no! I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only, had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got some meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes. Screaming says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from. And bless my soul, what did I find?
Hold it!
I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well now, 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. Good gracious! Under your backside? And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage. Mr. Naruhodo, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Yes, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. That's when I found her. There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I did not mean to do that. Well, I do wonder how you must be feeling, Mr. Naruhodo. Being a defendant's lawyer, and yet finding myself as stunned as everyone else at his testimony. Let's just say it's trying. We certainly had precious little time to talk to Mr. McGilda before the trial. But we must not be we mustn't be dispirited. We must just try to learn all the facts we can. We arrived in London this morning. I didn't see my day panning out like this. Mr. Naruhodo, no grumbling even in your head. How'd you know? That's adorable. Oh man. Hold it.
Hold it!
You say she was hiding herself? Aye, that's right. 'Twas hard to see in a dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball. When her eyes met, well, my heart nearly stopped beating in my chest. You're really overreacting this. Still in all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin wag with her. The seat opposite? That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. You sat this young girl next to the corpse, sir. Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream. A fellow's voice this time. Presumably that scream is Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down to the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and a gentleman with the knife in his belly. In his belly. In other words, the previous witnesses did not in fact see you at all, Mr. McGilda. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mason. Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature, and readily confused perhaps with this young girl. After that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Thank you. I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is this girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds relieving people of their purchase. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here, a petty thief, actually. Now that she's here, we can investigate. Yep, Gina Lestrade. She's 17 years old. She's older than Suzuto. See? A young woman who witnessed the incident from her hiding place aboard the omnibus on the night of the murder. She was discovered by the defendant. Order, or order, order. Is this true, Mr. Lestrade? Mr. Lestrade, you will answer the question. Ah! How dare you? What is the meaning of this? The girl, she's gone. Open your eyes. I'm over here. See if I can get the right voice for her, because Gina, she is a young girl, so it's gonna be higher pitched. But she has the same like kind of like inflection that Miguel does. It's gonna be a little difficult. Good gracious, how? What's the point in that little sidestep? I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you say, slipped up and got caught in the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Knifed the gent, excuse me. Go on, that's what's in your ads, ain't it? No, not at all. It's a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cats. No. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is his fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoking guns or smoke guns for weapons for thugs? Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day. Down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink the best. Ah, don't wave that thing in my direction again. Pray forgive my discourtesy. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question. Tis alright, lass. Oh, tis alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now. Alright, yeah. It's just like that Irishman said. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Alright, if I have to. Nah, it's two testimonies. What the girl saw. So I snuck inside the carriage before they locked up the horses, just like always. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch black, it's pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out of my skin, I did. And the scream just came out. It's because of that, this swell found me. Oh, okay. He did help me get my. Excuse me. Wow. Because like the way it's said, it's an accent. It's just trying to get the right accent. It's southern. The way I'm getting it is southern, which is not the accent, not at all. It's funnily enough more like an SD kid type of accent. Oh man. Or at least that's how I'm taking it. Of course, I could very well be wrong. He did help me get away, mind. Oh, that's it. It's like 3 things. Yes, he let you go. I feel to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. He was sitting on top of the seat she was in. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I was sat that night. And the cubby hole of which you have spoken is underneath the seat, I presume. Yes. It does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Aye, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in there, because I parked myself on the seat for the duration. Ah, so you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I can't. I couldn't live for myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question. Not at all, my lord, not at all. Well, okay, big dog, what do you care? I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord, oh my lord. This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. The only person that didn't change yet was her. Oh, never mind, she's going to. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leading to a verdict of not guilty. Oh, look at that, Naruhodo, you stumbled into a victory. Mr. Naruhodo, well, it must mean what? That we're victorious! Yeah, Naruhodo knows. What? Are you sure?
Objection!
I was gonna say, yeah, no, it's not over. Yep. This one I actually forgot he does. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington, goodness, okay. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray, do forgive the discourtesy. Why is it so people stunned? This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. His theme is so good. Oh my gosh. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion. Dun, 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 dun. The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean its true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. Sorry. The compartment under the compartment under the posterior seat was full of coachman's belongings. I'm glad he noticed. To be honest, too, I haven't even had a chance to check the omnibus yet. All I've been doing is just pressing and checking. Yeah, and I guess I could probably check it now, but do you wanna make it clear, by the way? He's right. He's 100% right. check this yet. Wow, I never saw this. Yeah, no, I've already checked this part actually. Oh no, wait. No, actually, hold on. No, I haven't read this actually. Hold on. That's blood, isn't it? Something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. And yet, Van Zeeks has made no mention of it. I suppose it does seem a little strange, yeah. Why would I have such a bad feeling about this? It's the thing, right? This bloodstain and this one are not the same color. By no means. This looks more like tomato paste, but granted, could just be like, oh, you know, like different surface. Maybe it looks different because of the surface, but it's also like, this doesn't look the same. Like, even if the floor is brown, the blood should be dark red. Like, legit, this is untouched. So why is this here? And my theory, I don't remember how it's supposed to go, so I'm just gonna make the hypothesis. If I'm right, then it was just lucky guess, like intuition or something, but like, I think that blood is fake. I think that blood is fake. This sea looks reasonably soft, but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it. And only just wide enough for two gentlemen to sit side by side, really. Of course, an English woman would be dressed in such finery. What? Of course, an English gentlewoman would be dressed in such finery. It would be quite impossible for her to climb up to the roof deck, so she would have to descend, so she would have to be seated in here. A woman in a kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are very impractical, aren't they? It's not what I was looking for, but sure. Oh wait, is it because this is the wrong seat? No, this is the right seat, so why can't I open the... Yeah, I can't open it. That's super weird. Uber weird, in fact. Okay. Anyways, the compartment under this, excuse me, the compartment under the seat, the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police reports. Good lord! The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGill's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What? No! Yep, good on Van Zeeks for noticing. Order! Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been affected, Counsel? Naturally, you must acknowledge the deficiencies of the Wow. Because it's the constable. But how do you pronounce it? Let me see. My phone's charged just good. I can take it out now. How do you, like, the English, man, so, like... Constabulary. Oh, man, I wish I sounded out words more so that I wouldn't look so stupid. He's really locked in, huh? Like, that's crazy. It's still funny just seeing this, like... There you go. Let me see how's the stream doing. See if anybody's in chat. Gotta remember to like my own stream too. Alrighty. And now, let's check how long this was going for. 40 minutes, right? Yeah, 40 on the dot. Wow. Yeah. Yo, why am I so good at just randomly judging estimates of time? Like, I don't know why I'm really good at judging, like, how much time has passed from when I started something. Because, like, that's such, like, a random skill. I guess it's more of a matter of perception, but even then, like, my perception isn't that great. Like, over here, like, I'm a D&D character, but yeah, no, like, my perception isn't great. So I don't know why, like, I'm just good at that part alone, just judging time. Because I'm usually right. At least for, like, between, like, a minute to, like, 2 hours, around there, I'd say. Anything past that, it's hard to tell. But I wouldn't need to know that much. Because why would I need to know how to get, like, gauge 2 hours? It's not natural. But yeah, anyways, getting on a tangent. Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when our omnibuses wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the courtroom under the seat was not, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Japanese friend. Me? When a carriage is submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the undersea compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry. Go ahead. Into the court now, fella. How is this all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks? What's really interesting about, like, Magnus McGilded is, like, there's signs that, like, he seems to be a little more corrupt than he leads on, because he has this good guy act, and, like, you know, like, being a loan shark is not a good business. Like, at the end of the day, like, sure, you have, like, Akiyama from, I'm gonna say Science Gate, Yakuza, but it's like, man, like, inherently with the way the situation is cracked up to be, Kazuma Gundo is not looking like a good dude, and this only exemplifies this if it is true. If he did fabricate evidence and had someone set up to do so, then good lord, he is a monster. He would actually just be a monster. It'd be crazy. There you go. Please give me the choice. I know what I'm choosing immediately. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? I didn't look. It wasn't empty. Yep. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my case or my cause to the counsel for the defense. But as far as I remember, at least. Remember the truth. When I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there was a number of articles inside it, yes. Are you sure, counsel? Ara, be whist. What are you saying now, you daft daw? I thought you were on my side here. Our ho's all about the truth, man. If I gotta play along, then I'll play along. What game are you playing? Your task is to defend a man in a stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? A man was murdered, man. A man was murdered. We're here to find out the truth. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I can confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. At the end of the day, a man was murdered. All Naruto was trying to do is find a culprit. Whether that's his defendant or not doesn't matter. Because as long as he finds the culprit who murdered the person, that's all that matters. He's looking for the truth. He's not looking for a, what's it called? A not guilty verdict. That doesn't matter. Granted, of course, like in real life, like that's not how it works. At the end of the day, like humans are very volatile, and you know, Ace Attorney shows that. But like, it's your job to make sure that they don't get, that your client doesn't get a not guilty verdict, right? Even if they did. And so it's like, Naruto's viewpoint is kind of naive, but I like it a lot because it's earnest. You know, like in our world, you would be hard pressed to be like, there are a lot of lawyers I imagine that do want to find the truth, but I know like defense attorneys, it's like at the end of the day, you gotta you gotta make your money's worth, right? Like who wants a defense attorney who doesn't win their court cases because they're just trying to find the guilty verdict, like, or not guilty verdict, they're trying to find the murderer. Like, it's not gonna get you paid. But anywho, it doesn't matter. We're here to find out the truth. Interesting. 'Tis now altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interest here, lad. Now then. A fellow's memory is a curious thing, and not altogether reliable. Now, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken? Why? But I feel like something's not right here. I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. That compartment is designed to house equipment, or to house equipment used to maintain a smooth running of the carriage. The guide's rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times, so it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. That money-lending fleecer and the pick purse are lying. Ooh, that man knows ball. That man knows ball. Ah. Can't believe I was nearly taken in. That stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick. Of course it's a trick. Quite so. I must concur here. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives at the truth, clearly at the truth every time. Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is a matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted, almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it seems. what the girl saw. So I stuck inside the carriage before they... Okay, only 5. Good. Alright. I'm telling you, man, this case is long. This case is long. And you guys haven't even seen the other part of the game yet. Like, we're only halfway through and you guys haven't seen a core mechanic of this series. Not just in, like, this game, but, like, Ace Attorney in general. Like, it's super important. So, like, it's really important. Really important that we get to it next trial. So I stuck inside the carriage before they locked up the horses, just like always.
Hold it!
So you're already in the omnibus before you even set off on its run. Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of speeding a joey to make a few bob? Eh? That's a rum idea, ain't it? Suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money. That should make sense. Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. Well, that does clear up the little mystery affairs and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20, to which the cabmen testify. And 1 little scapegrace rider for free. The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hitting under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it into a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all the stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I could tell you. Seems we've reached the end of the line of inquiry. Never saw inquiry spelled like that. That's okay. Must be old English. Because, like, there's very few typos in this game, if any at all. Like, a lot of time when a word seems misspelled, it isn't that it's misspelled, it's just old English. Just the way that they spelled it back then, which is super strange. Like, inquiry, jail, stuff like that. Like, it's just weird. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. A waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own and the God permit, at least some of the time. I beg your pardon? Did you say God permits? Oh yeah, well, that's what my kind call it. You say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, I ain't no more run the carriage and got no one in it for a while. And that's where you come out of your hiding place and get away. That's it. Only that night. Sorry. This cove was set on me seat from the start. He didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck. Did you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin. Yeah, right, mister? To be sure, I was shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you? So this Mr. Straw couldn't possibly be the culprit then. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch black in there. So you couldn't see out the cabin, so you couldn't see out into the cabin at all. Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I could have a butcher's. Then I could have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. I see. TC, the seat I get on ain't as plush as the other one I see. Or other one see. So most of the time, the passengers plait themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. It's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's option's choice. Why don't you just stick to picking people's pockets in the open, then probably get caught? Not that she's bad at it, but because the open is definitely harder to do. I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out into there. Nothing else for it. Excuse me, sorry. Then after a while, I heard a loud bang. Nearly jumped on me skin, I did. And a scream just came out. When you say loud bang, do you mean a knife of someone falling to the floor? Or the sound of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily. That's right, and then I felt the cushion over me and get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim. Could it not? Well, girl, did you see what happened at the crucial moment? Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher's. Well, I had a chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up. The bloke would have, The Irishman was sitting up. The bloke would have fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGilda's account, of course. But then, the fellow suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I stuck back down again, but it was too late by then. Should never risk looking. It's because of that, this swell found me. He dare help me get away, man. When Mr. McGilda discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place. I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and sat me down in a seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. And the carriage lurched a bit and ended up falling onto me. Ah, how awful. Both my eyes got covered in blood. Made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked to Mr. McGilda for a while. Is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know me name and what I was up to in that time. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. So the horses were drawn up smartish, and this here Irishman says to me, Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later. All 6 members of the jury have decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shiny moment, yes. It's clear that they were all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we would inch closer. We would clinch the victor. I'm sure we would clinch the verdict we want. Yeah, I think you're right. I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me. Just can't quite put my finger on it. Just like I see the carriage. I should save before I... There you go.
Objection!
That's wrong. Yep. Yep. Maybe it's just the positioning. What if it's here?
Objection!
What the heck? That reveals a damning inconsistency, that last statement. Damning, you say. As I look at you, Counsel, I see your trembling hand, your pallid expression, and your perspiring brow. Yeah, I got it wrong. Don't worry, Judge. I'm locked in. At least I'm trying to be locked in. I think. Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might be the fact that, like, if they heard a thud, wouldn't that have left a bruise on his head? Nobody else has mentioned the bang until, like, they themselves, like. So I think it might be that. I think it might be that like the bang someone would have noticed it and like would have the bruise on him, or would have been noted in the autopsy. So maybe it's this.
Objection!
No, it's not that either. Yeah, no. Wow, okay. I'm just bugging out. What am I missing here? Yeah, I just need to read what, actually, let me see. What does Suzuta know how to say? Said if it was innocent. Let me keep reading then.
Hold it! Hold it! Well, no.
There you go. Okay, why? I was wondering, like, what is going on? What am I missing here? This wasn't here last time. That's what it was.
Excuse me.
Pursue. There you go. Something wrong, Mr. McGilton. Oh, I do apologize. There's something the matter, Counsel. Just wondering, Mr. Straw's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. Seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no. 'Twas nothing important. All seem bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see, yes. I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark even now. I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does. Maybe. Mrs. Strahd, did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Oh, be jabbers! I need to tell the whole world of my... What is that? Foibles? Foibles? Minor weakness. Yeah, I was right. Foible. There's no need to tell the whole world of my foibles, you little scamp. What a pity. Only Mrs. Strahd heard something. Might have given us a vital new clue. Yes. What should we make of that last statement of hers? Yeah, add it. I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. Cause I thought I pressed the it's significant. I chose it's insignificant. I'm a droid. I'm a droid. Well, you know what that means. It's time to reset, because I am not gonna go through all that talking again. So
Hold it! Well, no.
there you go.
Excuse me.
There you go. We really gotta get Naruto some new threads, bro. Can't wait for them to show up. So crazy to think that Naruto's a lawyer now, man. So nuts. There you go. My lord, I believe this statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. Almost sure that I do understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind, Council. Nevertheless, Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me. That's right. Self to judge. Always a good move. I was straining my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring. Snoring.
Hold it!
Don DeMarco. Alright, should be like an hour and 20 right now. Almost. Hour and 15. Gina Lestrade. I made Jeff Teague a superstar. Yo, he's on it right now, bro. He's on it. He's. Excuse me. Sorry, that sounds rude. He's on one. He's on one. Sorry about that. Don't mean to be disrespectful. Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco. Sorry about that. Just have to check something on the stream. There you go. Alright. So, it's back to it. So you're straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself. Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then when I saw this swell getting on, I got my head down so you didn't notice me. Mr. McGill did sat on his seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah, would you Adam and Eve it, huh? What a mug. All I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to... Huh? Sí. That just scared me. Oh man. So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was. Any conclusions we can draw from that, I wonder. Mr. Strahd, what you just told the court? It's clearly at odds with the facts. Huh? At odds? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. It's so funny because like they're still so racist, but they're starting to see that Naruhodo knows ball. He knows ball. I don't, because I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm gonna pick up on it when I can. If it wasn't for this game being a little nicer than most and giving some of the answers to me, and like if it was like, oh, was this thing important? It's Ace Attorney, of course it's important. You have to say yes, like. Sees my learned Japanese friend is like, it would definitely throw me for a loop if one of these things just wasn't important. But then again, if it wasn't, you wouldn't be asked about it in the first place. But yeah, it seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Van Zeeks realized it too. Naruhodo, you can't be posed like that, bro. You gotta fix yourself. Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Mrs. Strahd, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGillicuddy snoring. But think, Ryunosuke. Think. There's something else you should have heard. Hmm. I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna save here because just put it on slide 13. Yeah. Because I gotta think about this for a second. I wanna be certain that like I'm doing this right. Look at the court record. So, not there. Not this one, no. Photograph of the victim taken on the omnibus. What? Okay, what else would she hear? Would it have to be a person? It can't be, because, like, were they talking? I think that's the thing. Bruce Fairplay was there, but so was Mr. Mason, right? Let's see, who else is there? This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry. Yeah. Let's see what we find. Let's see, is his name gonna be in here? Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Yeah, it doesn't say. But I think it is it, yeah. I think this is it. I think the fact that he owed money. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Mr. Strahd could not have failed to hear on the night in question. A sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person. It has to be him, right? Because, like, these two were up there, so it doesn't matter what they were saying, whether if they were talking to each other or not. Gina was in a seat. McGillicuddy was above the seat, and he was driving. Kind of looks like Otto a little bit, just like a little older. It has to be.
Take that!
Yeah, it has to be him. If he was there and he owed a debt, they would have to be talking about said debt, right? That's the line of thinking that I was thinking of. Thrice-fired Mason. Yes, my lord. The sound that Mr. Strahd could not have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Oh, well, that's also a fair point. I did not think about that. Order! Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel. Mr. Strahd, let me confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person to board the omnibus, Mr. McGill did. That it was. That it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least, not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, on the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at the time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? With the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its way onward. Its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. It's exactly what I was listening for, wasn't it? Waiting for the squad to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? We knew that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Mr. Strahd's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks. Yes, he knew. He knew all too well. Sorry. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Mr. Strahd's statement. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. Her hat fell on her face, that's funny. He's dead right. Could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? It makes no sense whatsoever. This girl is a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. She didn't even say anything. I don't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways, but I must say, I can't abide liars. And neither can I. Mr. Foreman. I don't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways, but I must say, I can't abide liars. Mr. Naruhodo has 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Yes, very refreshing. What are you playing at? Have you forgot who you're working for? You useless Eastern Amadon. This is carnage. It's perfect. Juror number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going, I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. Megilda's innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. Very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold it!
Oh, shoot. Locked in, Twinjamin. Yes, the witness's last statement seemed to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel? I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean? Counsel, will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue. Wow. Okay. Oh, prorogue. 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 Yeah, prorogue sounds a lot closer, actually. Let me see if I'm right. Yeah, it's Peru. Well, I said it wrong. Yeah, no, it's prorogue. Excuse me. Wow. Prorogue. Pierogi. That's what we call a pierogi. Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my education. My adjudication. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the omnibus. Let's see. Examine, because there's that. Well, just LA, isn't it? Oh wait, what if you got into the top? Yeah, wait, no, what if you got into the top? Because you can't get in from inside, but you can get in from outside. Because there's a latch on it. So what if he did get in from the top? Because she's saying he was already in. She got in there first. There's no way for him to have been there. Nah, man. He died there. He died there. Yeah, we don't need to say that. There you go. If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way. I wonder what new fantasy would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there's no entrance to the cabin other than the door. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't a door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Alright, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is the entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin? Right here. Oh, what the heck? No.
Take that!
Yep, the window. Right there. The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight. I say the skylight.
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
Objection.
you let him finish. The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection.
So you claim. Do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? Both Mr. McGilded and Mr. Strauss said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which has already been explained. As the sound of a victim falling from his seat having been assaulted with a dagger. Yes, it has. But would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Mr. Strauss to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but it's Magado. Excuse me, McGilded. Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing at all, said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But, seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but them not being there. Aye. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say. Huh? I think perhaps two fellows do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree? Fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof. You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were... Ah! The damn panties, bro. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, they're back. Oh, shoot. Oh, wow, okay. You lit liquor. There you go. Just what are you insinuating there? You blitherer! You rotter, he said, you rotter! What are you insinuating? This is a flaming outrage. I've got a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay, you're effectively accusing me a city gentleman and a well-respected banker. And me, a very angry, a very angry hatter. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's... Ugh. I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms. He's right there. Wow. Yo, McGilded is insane, bro. Oh my goodness. That's right. I protest too. You rotten scoundrel. Order! 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 This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit the wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the ante room at once. But this is beyond reason. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zeeks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from their witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, your Nipponese friend, your command of the English tongue is wanting. You proposed to this court that the victim fell to the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. The hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. Wow, excuse me, sorry, I haven't even done an accent. Or, excuse me, the voice. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. I know it's rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery are in a complete frenzy. Mr. Fairplay, or Mr. Fairplay, and Mr. First. But my lord, you will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. Oh, another one. Wow. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. I want to make it known that Naruto wasn't accusing them boys of murder. That was Magundo. Keep calling him Magundo. McGilded. There you go. Refuting the accusation. We were the only two people on a roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. If anything happened that we were sitting, or where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time. I tell you, we couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? I must say that, on listening to this testimony, is somewhat hard to imagine. How either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck, without the other noticing forthwith. Oh, man. That's right, you see. We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. What? Huh? According to the investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses shared no common dealings. Huh. Well, I don't trust coppers anymore than I trust stinking rich. Alright, man, shut up. Like, something doesn't feel right here. This trial's going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. Okay. Try my hardest to lock in here, but I'm getting really tired, so I might try to keep going. There's probably not going to be another to be continued for a while, so I'll stop when I see fit. I think like 2.5 hours is a decent stream, so I don't know if I'm able to go to 3, but we'll try. Definitely try. Anyway, refuting the accusation. We were the only two people on the roof, on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. Oh wait, no, it's supposed to be. What's it called? Hold it.
Hold it!
So I had no time to the victim, Mr. Mason Cloud, to join you on the roof deck. Absolutely not, Dickon. No question about it, he said. Not at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here. Is this true, Mr. McGilty? Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without a doubt you were engaged in... Let me stop you there, fella, and ask. Do you have any evidence at all? At all? Ah. 'Tis all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do want to remember that. Oh, I saw you with my own eyes. It's going so well. Oh man, he's so sarcastic. He's so sarcastic. If anything happened while we were sitting, don't you think one of the other of us would have noticed?
Hold it!
Although it was on a final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening, it would certainly have been quite dark. Perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lark? Is this some kind of a joke, he said? Is this what this is? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly. Are you fair, dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. I'll give you the keys to the vault if you can fall asleep in that bitter cold. If you didn't manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you never open them again. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you. We had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm really sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. It's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising. See things, seeing things! I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point. You. Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then 'tis only fair that you and the other fiend... Yeah, fiend are too. open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. And no reason to kill him. So, he had never met thrice-fired Mason before. Or, oh, Lumi, no. Not once, never. He never met the man before, he said. Never. And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either. That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest
Well, no. Excuse me.
Mr. McGilded. Yes, counsel. What can I be doing for you? And the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow. Not the remotest connection. Is that right now? I wonder. What are you insinuating now? Mr. Fairplay, it's been too long, so it has. I think it's an hour and 50 right now, right? Yep, an hour and 52 minutes. If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date. I beg your pardon. You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an unconscionable rate of interest, you tricked me. It's extortion. Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? Sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fellow to pass his crimes off on another? Duh. And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want me, sir? You be making hats for a living, do you not? That the top hat sliding about on your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? So just an apprentice, you understand? Still learning to find a perfect fit for whatever fine jet walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, it is a very distinctive design, so it is. My customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive design. Customers? Such as thrice-fired Mason. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence for my lord. Oh, this you mean? I can't help but thinking that the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats! That it is. So Senior Brickmaker was a customer of yours. So the customer, I wager, you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctness of the goods. Oh no, sir, absolutely not. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that these two fellas here have the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. You little weasel. Huh? He's better at this than I am. Nah, he's better at staging evidence, sure, but that's it, really. Oh, McGilded. You interesting fellow. Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceeding. right there, bud. Okay. I see. Sorry, I was just looking at a trophy that I was missing from chapter 2. Which I have to do. I actually do have to do that, yeah. Okay. I'll do that later. Anyways, yeah. Please don't let me into... Oh, that wasn't important. Oh wow, okay. Huh. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it.
Hold it!
Are you quite certain about that? The skylight was shut the entire time. I'm gonna lose my block with you in a minute. He's gonna lose his rag with you in a minute, that's what he said. Take a look for yourself, go on. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was in the night. Hold on. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was in the night. So it is, of course, a fella the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it, still and all. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand. You just hold on there a minute, sir. The size of a ting means nothing. Not on its own, let's consider a bigger picture here, shall we? Stop biting our cane, shall we? So I in the omnibus on another occasion when well, I broke wind, oddly. Shock myself with it as it happens. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. One as bad as the rogue I did. You expected me to sentence you? Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be open. I tried and tried when I was inside the cabin of shame.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, Mrs. Strahd? Mrs. Strahd. It opens. A skylight. That's what we're talking about, right? All them skylights open. Dead easy. Reason you can load that weapon? You're about to say, why'd you load the weapon? These dirty animations are so weird, man. Like, there you go. That's a lie. That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming out my ears. Mr. Strahd, this is not the forum to be elegizing. Let's see if I got it right. I offer up a guess and they tell me if I'm right. Elegize. Eulogizing. What the heck? Okay, I see. Yeah, eulogizing. Never would have thought that. Elegize. No, I'm just stupid. Wow, never mind. Wow, yeah, that makes way more sense not looking at it. Eulogize? Of course. Wow, I'm dumb. That's why I wish I learned how to sound out words better. Oh, man. Okay. Mr. Strahd, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. I lifted the last bloke's purse. He got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on top side, so you can't open them from the cap. And they call me crazy. Skylight opens from the roof deck. There you go. Bailiff! Climb up on the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims. That you don't need to, we know. See it right there? There's a little latchy latch that opens straight down. Ah! Oh, my hat! See? Order! 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 So, it appears that the street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens in front of roof deck. Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. But I should investigate for myself. What's there to investigate though? Like, objection. So the skylight was fastened shut before, but now that the catch has been undone, we should be able to open it. Doink. You can only see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yeah, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin, so I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. It's not good for us. Not at all, not at all. But we ball. I'm sorry, sir. I'm gonna have to hit you with the pee-pee water.
Objection!
Oh, well, I guess I gotta get hit with the pee-pee water then. I didn't save beforehand, so I'm just gonna lose it. So how, what, why wouldn't that be evidence though? That doesn't make any sense. Oh well.
Hold it!
Proof. That's right. I demand to hear it. We came here to say what we saw. I tell you, not for this. You call us both shysters. Brand us as criminals. You call us liars, that's what he means, and accuse us of doing it. As it stands at the moment, there's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves. Now is there? I believe we're in much the same position as one another here. If I don't crack this case soon, he'll crack his teeth. I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way. I couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although, by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilded either. It's so hard to know what to believe here. I think I should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of a trial. Evidence. No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. So you're saying that what we need now is to find a conclusive piece of evidence? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely. Well, if it isn't the last one, it's definitely this one. Should save though, just in case. Case 3, I love case 3. It's not that one either, no. So what could it possibly be if that's the case? Because like, if it isn't the omnibus itself, then what could it be? What would prove that we need evidence to show like that, right? Would it be the... There's no way, right?
Objection!
Yeah, no, there's no way, yeah. Okay, good. But I say, that sounds stupid. Why would it be that? I'll be curious as to why it would be that. So then what could it be? But to be safe, let's try it for both. Let's see.
Objection!
Yep. Okay, good. So it's not that either. Evans. Don't tell me it's gonna be the blood, is it? There's no way. That fake blood stain is not the method. It's not, man. It's not. There's no way. Because then they're gonna say he fell to the ceiling, and that was the blood that, like, oh, like he was pushed through. Not difficult. This case has really been dumping this stream. What would possibly be that? Is there something ridiculous?
Objection!
Yeah, it's not. It wouldn't make sense.
Hold it!
Oh, okay. It's new, so I should continue. But we know now that the skylight does in fact open. And what's more, the cache that secures it is found in the roof deck inside, or the roof deck side. This is getting flame uncus. It's getting flaming uncus. Getting absurd, he said. It's completely absurd. Man, I'm getting tired of this bit, bro. Please just chill out. That's right. Neither of us even knew the skylight had a hatch. If we didn't know, we couldn't have opened it. If we didn't open it, we couldn't have kicked the fellow down. Please, where's this idea about kicking the victim through the skylight coming from? Whoever designed these carriages anyway? Fancy not being able to open a skylight from the inside. What about breaking wind? Anything think about that? So point of having a skylight if you can't spare you embarrassment, is there? We're getting off topic here. Gosh, you have a point. Pray, do enlighten the rest of us. I'll tell you what my point is. That was pointless. That was absolutely no reason for me to have said that. Wow.
Hold it!
Oh, that.
Hold it!
Okay, so yeah, it has to be like the last one. Can't be these two. Definitely not this one. Is it actually the?
Objection!
No, yeah, I was gonna say because it doesn't have any mention of that. So how could it be? That doesn't make any sense. So then what? Huh. It's not any of these. These two, I mean, those. Oh,
Objection!
yeah, but those wouldn't make sense either. Yeah, so... And it won't be the dead thing either, so... I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. I mean, at this point, it's just throwing stuff at the wall because, like, this stuff isn't working. So...
Objection!
Yep, it's working, so... Let me just keep loading. Yeah, I feel so dumb right now. What am I missing? Because I legit used every piece of evidence I have. Like, legit everything. There's nothing else here. Except for my hand, but of course that's not going to do anything, so... I used every piece of evidence I have here. So maybe instead of there was blood. Oh my gosh, that's what I missed. There was blood on the... I didn't see that from up top. Yes. Oh, well. Yeah, Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Why did I have to kick someone like you through? Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. Why someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look here. Look at this. That's without a question. It's blood. There could be a blood stain there. Surely it can't be related to the case, can it? That's what I was missing. Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay, this is gonna bother me, so I want to do something real quick. Do something really quick. Wow, good one. I have so many like saves and what's it called? I want to do something real quick. Okay, so I know it's weird that I'm here, but like there's a reason why I'm coming back here, so just give me some time. Oh, I'm so dumb. How could I forget? Literally this whole chapter was spent investigating. I was over here thinking like, oh, why haven't we investigated? Yeah, no, I guess not. There was a trophy that's like, oh, investigate the bed in chapter 2, and it's like, sure, I mean, I can try, but like, I don't know where exactly. Nor could I really investigate the bed. Or at least I couldn't tell, but this was gonna hurt. This was gonna hurt. Oh, I'm dumb, because I forgot to... Anyway, I'll achievement when I'm done. I don't need to do it now. I don't know why I did do it now. I guess because I have the freedom to, but still. I forgot to read this actually. Should probably do that. Scene of the crime. There's a blood stain visible on the frame of the skylight when it opens. There you go. Yep, so now it's updated.
Objection!
There you go. Man, that was frustrating. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. Immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and irrefutable proof. It remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? What? That's... utter humbug. Can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Irrefutable proof. Here, in this courtroom. Counsel. My lord, I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here. Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence which you allude? You'll point out what it is that proves the victim fell from the roof deck through the skylight. I don't know why they replay the text when they don't give you the option to present it as what's it called? They don't give you the option to present the omnibus before you expect the blood, so it's like no real need to repeat it. But you know, it is what it is. We ball this side and the fourth. That's not a question. It's blood. Would there be a blood stain there? Surely. Yep, all that jazz. Yep.
Got it!
Oh, got it. What the heck? By Jupiter, what? His reactions are so like strange. What the heck? By Jupiter. Shoot, man, you got that. By Jupiter, is that blood? Yep, I'm grunting. These bloodstains prove two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my. And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. Sorry, I don't have the energy to do that scream. Order! Order! Order!
Hold it!
But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed. It's not possible, man. It only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Show you that would have been. Show you. Sure, and that would be very convenient. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the jet really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? Yep, there's the blood. 'Tis all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height. Right there, so it is. What? No! But it can't be. Lies. Yep. My fellow jury members. I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish could be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? Won't tolerate any of these guilt carriages being sullied with blood. Won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing. On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
His attorney's so dramatic, bro. A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zeeks? A bloodstain on a frame in the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood. Oh, excuse me. Wow, sorry, that was a long yawn. Wow. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection.
What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection.
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can say with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. I'm gonna be honest, not even until this trial began. During the middle of it. Like, but are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes, and while this court has been in session. What? There you go, yep. Van Zeeks has knowledge, bro. What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such a crude reasoning from a prosecutor your standard, Lord Van Zeeks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the world for... Excuse me. A fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to the public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in the court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What's that even mean? I'll tell you after I pour out my wine. When you root a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with the evidence, manipulating the scene of the crime, bribing witnesses. I toast to your ability to concoct the most convenient stories, sir. Tut, Lord Van Zeeks, this will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight doesn't exist. It didn't exist, you say. But, if you will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? It's pretty easy, actually. Isn't that right, counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time that the court has been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think. Lock in, Ryunosuke. Lock in, bro. Come on. Lock in. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There was no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh, good gracious. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly. The recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. What is we already seen this. We don't need to see this again. Be careful, Mr. Naruto. Cover your face. Well, man, flashbacks in this. Well, I guess inherently there can't be any flashbacks because we just got thrown into the fire. So, but yeah, the flashbacks haven't been too bad this arc. Oh, case. Sorry, case. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten feckless gouger? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies, such as, to start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. It's empty. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of driver's items. Secondly, you have to smear blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Also, the fact that there's blood on the floor too, that's not normal either. Unfortunately, Lord Fenzeeks, I was able to corroborate your claims. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. No, I did. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Yes, 100%. There always is. The omnibus is not normal. My lord. Yes, counsel? There's one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare betray me, you little maggot, you'd better start watching your back. Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what the truth is or what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I should have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial? Hee hee. Yeah, that's simple. That's simple. It's right here. Show it. Show it.
Got it!
There you go. If we consider that the victim fell through the skyline to the floor of the cabin, you would certainly suspect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when Omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good Lord. Guard. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine, or whether it's unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there is at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. This trial is over. Mr. McGilden, I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but 'tis all over now. But you're the defendant. 'Tis over, I tell ye. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, 'tis all nonsense. Back so what counts, and fact is, that bloodstain is there now. Well, and over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it's been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Well, my lord, I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. In the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilden will be found not guilty. Yes. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Yes, my lord. The defense believes the defendant could be guilty. Yep. Yep. Oh my goodness. He's so aura. He's so aura. Okay. I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilted. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? Just take the win and leave. Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there's also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good gracious me! Order. This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused's innocence into question. Are you sound of mind? Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was a grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, had to see your troubles. Your job here is done, fella. Some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? This just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. The trial cannot go on anymore. In your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. He's right though. It really is nothing more than a formality. I don't know what to make of all of this. It's the evidence we've seen of it genuine, or is it fake? His lordship would be fuming, and the unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, I said. You stinking Richard is guilty of something. You, mark my words. I'm terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park. Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
Oh no, that's hard. But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Zieks. My lord. The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zieks ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair. The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. What? Yep, it's the judge's decision, it's not the jury's. Well, Lord Van Zieks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, could have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilted. Good grief. You've more to say to me, have ye? Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty. Let the confetti fly. Magnus McGilded has been ruled not guilty. So, I want to make it clear. Magnus McGilded is guilty as sin. I can't believe it. This is an outrage. You should have examined the evidence more. What are you talking about? The man's cleared. He's innocent. Yeah, just... You know and I know that Magnus McGilded is guilty of sin. With the courtroom pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. Man. Wow. Wow, that's so crazy, bro. That's so crazy. Dang, that was a long trial. Oh my goodness. Cause not only did they go on from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. until 12:53, 12:52. And then from 1 p.m. to 5:14. Wow, good lord. That's crazy. That was a long trial. February 18th, 5:14 p.m. The Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. It certainly was a long trial. Yeah, you'd definitely say that. Ah, yes it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Miss Suzuta, thank you for your assistance. I suppose I should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who's actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't know. We don't even know that. We're still aiming for the defense to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Mr. McGilded. Ah, that girl is with him too. Well, it seems that stories are true. Oh? What stories? But the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. Heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. Not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How to walk out of there a free man, then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. As tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh. Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and obstinate deed. There you go. 'Tis as grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters into their hands and any wee details. They'll see They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I have absolute faith in them. So I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. It's not that funny. So then, as you agree beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, well, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. I'll be whist. You're a humble people, are ye, you from the east? Well, if you insist. But have this, still in all, you deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. Hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There's some changes to the schedule. Oh, must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're gonna examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're gonna examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upsetting member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. Hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. And there he goes, a free man. Oh, forgot she was here too. Don't move! Whereas, I want to say, gotta move on, she really does take forever to load that thing. Mrs. Straw, try putting that thing down. You're a grown-up. Sorry? And I hate all grown-ups. Oh, there you are. Oh, there she is. There she is. There she is. Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? This is a little girl now. I'm taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha! Oh, do you want to play? You want to beat me? Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. Well, I'm the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it can at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. You have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all? I just took my eyes off it for a moment while I was changing it. Oh. Really sorry. Also, I was changing onto a different omnibus and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. What's it? What? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory. What for? To apologize because silly to my technician. What? You mean say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to adults. Come along then, follow me. Fine, have it your way. Oh, good, I see. I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. Pretty sure that's what she wants, is not to get shot by the massive gun of yours. We'll be leaving now then. Bye bye. Bye bye. Sorry for all the fuss. She was a lively one. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now, too? Yes, you're right, but where to? Oh, if I had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings. At this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If worst comes to worst, I heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park. No, it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. Not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London might... Well, London night will freeze a young person saw it just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear. Does that sound agreeable? I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilda down. The 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room. Or a mansion. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over. Yep. Case is far from
What's
over.
going on? Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick! What the? How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating. No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
This can't be.
Oh, look at Edgeworth, bro. Look at Edgeworth. And there you go. Staying at case 3. Man. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man. Case 3. Just as good as I remember it. Ah, man. Case 3. Case 3. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Case 3 is really good. Case 3 is amazingly good. It funny enough though, it isn't the best case in this game. It goes to case 5, but we'll get there when we get there. Anyway. Yeah, case 3, man. It not only is it a subversion of your expectations when it comes to like a what's it called? Like a trial. Especially like considering the first 2 that we've had. Because like the first one, it's like, oh, you know, we got a non-guilty verdict, but like the person who actually, like, the person accused wasn't guilty. Then you have the second trial, which is it's Nurinosuke again, so we know he's not guilty. And the third trial, it's someone else, which, you know, it's different. No exploration, so you're just immediately thrown in with no evidence and no knowledge of how the British court system works. So it's just legit like you're thrown into the fire. And you are definitely thrown into the fire because, like, good lord, not only is this a test of Naruhodo's, like, mettle, like, how good he really is. Because he was great. He was great. He was frying. But it's just a matter of, like, alright, what happens when you can't trust your client if you don't know whether they're guilty or not? Because, like, usually he would just go off of belief. Like, that's the reason why he took up this case, because like, hey, like, nobody wants to help this man out, let's help him out. Like, at the end of the day, we have the opportunity to, so let's do it. But with McGilded, it's like, as the trial progresses, you see more and more of his sly ways, like, because inherently you would be inclined to think like, oh yeah, he did it, and I am too. But because the evidence is, what's it called, could be potentially tampered with, all of it, you can't rule him out. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't guilty. I believe he is. That man was guilty as sin. But that's, for another day. But yeah, no. A long stream. I think it's like 3.5 hours now. 306. 306. I ended up making it to 3 hours. So that's good. That's good. But yeah, we finished case 3 surprisingly fast. Surprisingly fast, because like the first half, well, yeah, so like 2 weeks ago I finished case 2, and then like an hour and a half into that, or an hour and a half of that stream was spent on case 3. Then 3 hours were spent on the next stream, and then 3 more hours were spent again. So a good like 7.5 to 8 hours has been spent on this case. So it's a long one. I think the only reason case 2 took so long was because I split it up awkwardly. If I did 3 hour streams for all 3 of them, I would have been fine. But I didn't. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But yeah, no. Case 3. We're almost done with this game, by the way. We're over halfway done. All that's left now is case 4 and case 5, and then we're done with the first game. Which case 4, if I remember correctly, is decently long. So we're in for a treat. I'm here for a treat for sure. But yeah, no. So gotta say, with case 3 done and halfway done through the game, who knows when I'll be able to finish this game, but right now for certain we're making good progress. Only stream 8 and we're already on case 3. Like, it's insane. It's crazy. So depending on how things go, it could be like a 15 stream game, 15 to 16 maybe, because like these last 2 cases are long. These last 2 cases are really long, so don't expect to finish on like a super soon. So yeah. But yeah, no. It's gonna be Miss Isaac. Thank y'all for watching. I'm really tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. But yeah, until then, I gotta be good one. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.